Hi there, my name's Sarah, and today we're going to make it rain in Clip Studio Paint. Love this trick and want to make it rain for me? Your support really means a lot, and check out my Ko-fi and Patreon links below. Ko-fi? Ko-fi? Whatever. The first thing we need is a repeating rain pattern. I covered making seamless tiling images in detail in another video, so I'm going to go through it quick here. I'll start by making a new canvas at 1200 pixels by 900 pixels with a black paper color. You can make raindrops in lots of ways, so if you've got a brush you already like, go ahead and use it. If not, here's a quick way to make them. Go to the Airbrush tool and select the Spray subtool. Set the brush size to 500 and a brush color of white. Now I'll start single-clicking around on the canvas to get a random, but even, distribution of dots. Hit Ctrl-Z to undo if you don't like the result of a click. Next, go to Filter, Blur, and choose Motion Blur. Change the strength to 20, the angle to 90, and the direction to backward. Hit OK. The blur made it pretty dim, so I'm going to duplicate the layer 3 times by hitting Ctrl-C to copy, and then Ctrl-V to paste. Select all 4 layers, right-click, and choose Merge Selected Layers. Press Ctrl-A to select the whole canvas. Right-click the layer, and choose Convert Layer. Here, I'll go ahead and change the layer name to Rain. Under Type, select Image Material Layer. Be sure Keep Original Layer is unchecked, and hit OK. Press Ctrl-D to deselect your canvas. Go to the Operation tool, and select the Object subtool. In the Tool Property panel, select Tiling. Move the image material over about halfway across and down. Right-click the layer and select Rasterize. Now we can edit it again. Get rid of any anomalous raindrops like these, and select and move the existing raindrops around to fill in any gaps. One more time, select the canvas, convert to an image material layer, deselect the canvas, and turn on tiling. Now open your animation timeline. If you don't see it, go to Window, Timeline. Click New Timeline. Set both the frame rate and playback time to 12, then click OK. With the rain layer selected, click Enable Keyframes on this layer. Be sure you're on frame 1. Click this drop-down and select Create Keyframe Linear Interpolation. Click Add Keyframe. Move the playhead to frame 12. Let's zoom out a little to see what we're doing. The shortcut to zoom out is to hold Ctrl-Alt-Space and then left-click. You can also just hold space to get the hand tool and use it to move the canvas up. You can manually drag the image down, but a more precise way is to just change the object's Y position to 1350. Notice how a new keyframe has been automatically added. However, it's at the beginning of frame 12 and we want it at the very end. Click and drag it 1 frame over. Hit play, and we've got animated rain. I'll save my rain loop animation as a .clip file. Now, this is pretty cool, and we could stop there. But wait, there's more. Here's a quick scene I made with a color gradient in the background and a window in the foreground. First, click New Timeline, and again, we'll add a timeline with a frame rate and playback time of 12. make sure you're on frame 1 and go to File, Import, Create File Object. Find and select the rain loop file and click Open. Click OK if you get this message. When I hit play, you'll see the file object includes its animation. Over in the Object Properties, click the Rendering Settings drop-down and deselect Draw Paper to get rid of the black background. The raindrops are pretty big though, so let's resize the file object. That's a better size, but now it's too small. If only we could tile it. Guess what? We can. Scroll down the Object Properties, and we get the tiling option here too. And because our rain is a seamless tiling image, it just works like magic. Not only can you resize your file object, but you can rotate it too. This gives us a super quick, easy way to make angled rain. One last file object trick, and this one really blew my mind. I'll hide my window so we can just see the rain. Go to Edit, Transform, and choose Perspective. By widening the base and narrowing the top, we're now looking up at the rainfall. If I do the same in reverse, we're looking down on it from above. In fact, you can use Edit, Transform, Free Transform, and pretty much angle the rain however you want. What if your animation is longer though? I'll right-click and choose Insert Frame. I'm going to double the length of my animation, so I'll add 12 more frames and hit OK. Notice that extended my background and window out on the timeline, but my rain is still 12 frames. And in fact, I can't even drag it longer. It's locked to the length of my rain loop file. Click to select the rain loop frames. Right-click and select Copy. Move the playhead to frame 13, right-click, and select Paste. To loop seamlessly, your full animation needs to be some multiple of the number of frames of your rain, but that part's up to you to sort out. This is a great trick for rain, snow, rushing water, pretty much anything you need to repeat. I hope you find it useful. Tag me at Ms.RedNebula on socials and show me your animations. That's it for now. Bye! A big thank you to all of my patrons, with a special shout out to Nova Tier patron Joe C. Phipps. Check out my Patreon if you'd like to help support future content like this.